Well, a cliffhanger race in the battleground state of Ohio. Mitt Romney, Rick Santorum in a dead heat right now ahead of Super Tuesday. Take a look at these new poll numbers. The new Real Clear Politics average showing Santorum with 34% of the vote, Romney right behind with 31%, while the recent Rasmussen poll also shows Santorum ahead, barely, 33%, Romney right behind, 31%, but he was trailing Santorum by 18 points 2 weeks ago. Ford O'Connell joins us, chairman of the Civic Forum PAC and former director for rural outreach for John McCain's presidential campaign. Alexis McGill Johnson joins us, executive director of the American Values Institute. Great to see both of you. Ford, let me start with you. There's yet another poll in Ohio by ARG, and I was amazed at this. It actually gives Romney a clear lead. I mean, look, if he pulls out a victory in Ohio, having been behind, as we say, by almost 20 points 2 weeks ago, I mean, what does that mean in the race for the nomination? Conversely, if Santorum loses, do his chances dim?
You know, Super Tuesday is all about Ohio, and if Rick Santorum loses Ohio, his campaign is effectively finished. You know, if Mitt Romney wins Ohio and Tennessee, I think we're going to see it winding down. This is really about momentum and media narrative, and given the fact that Mitt Romney's sort of on a 5-contest winning streak, this is exactly what he needs.
Yeah, Alexis, the Associated Press referred to Santorum's operation as, and I'll quote it, we'll put it up on the screen, a struggling ragtag campaign far outpaced by Romney and organization. It's not clear Santorum even has paid staff on the ground in the upcoming states. And you know what, Alexis, he's got a real problem in Ohio. He failed to comply with the filing requirements, meaning he's ineligible for 18 of the state's 66 delegates. Virginia, he's not even on the ballot, so he gets none of the 49 delegates there. Does all of that raise questions of his competence?
Oh, absolutely, Greg. I mean, I think when you look at it, I mean, Romney's also outspending him, you know, a considerable amount. So he's got no ground game. He's got no real resources coming in. And he's running in a state that is not just going to be about social issues. Ohio, much like Michigan, is going to be very focused on what's happening in the economy. They're very similar in terms of a loss of job and manufacturing base. And so I think he's got a lot of huge questions to answer.
You know what, Ford, Romney snagged a couple of big endorsements today. One from Eric Cantor, Majority Leader of the House. The other from Senator Tom Coburn of Oklahoma, which votes on Tuesday. Both are perceived, though, as true conservatives. At a time when some of the party are worried that Romney is too much of a moderate, how much does this help him among the base?
You know, only time's going to tell. Mitt Romney really struggles with two groups, conservatives and Southerners. And essentially the question is, how long will it take Mitt Romney to wrap up this nomination? Because his campaign of the four that are in the field is really the only one built to get 1,144 delegates. So the question is, with Ohio and with Tennessee and the South and conservatives, the question is, can Mitt Romney lock it up? And in doing so, can he get conservatives to turn out for him in the general election? Greg, I remember last week I said Rick Santorum was running his campaign out of a back of a van, and you took a little shot at me on that one.
I did. I don't remember that, conveniently. Alexis, Santorum lost the Catholic vote in Michigan to Romney, perhaps because of his rather crude criticism of JFK's famous speech on religion. And he gets hammered, Santorum does, over his remarks about contraception and women. Have his comments on social issues overshadowed his economic message at a time when Americans care most about jobs and the economy?
What economic message? I don't think I've heard a single economic
No. He's got a very aggressive tax plan that is well considered and well regarded by many people, including the Wall Street Journal.
I mean, I understand that. I don't think we've had any economic message that actually has gained any traction, or we can credit his economic message for his rise in the last couple of races. But I actually think that Ohio is going to be a real test is going to be for Romney. You know, because I think Romney, there are about 850,000 jobs in Ohio that depend on the auto industry, and if I'm a voter in Lordstown or Toledo or Sandusky, I'm going to be thinking about kind of Romney's comments on what happened with the bailout, and and whether or not this private equity guy is the right guy for me given everything that he's done.
To Alexis's point, President Obama has a keen eye on Ohio because it's all about general election electability. In 25 of the last 27 presidential elections, Ohio's picked the winner. And let me tell you something. Right now, Team Obama super PAC's out there trying to tilt the race for Rick Santorum. So, you know, all eyes are really on Ohio on Super Tuesday.
Gotta go. Ford O'Connell, Alexis McGill Johnson. Great to see you both. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Thank you, Greg.